Game coming up, First Reformed Church. We'll be taking on the lawn specialists, and that'll be coming up in just a couple of minutes. For Chuck Purse, I'm Ron Shaw. Keep shining. Stick around. Our second game coming up right after this.
Cable Softball has been brought to you by the Bank of Elmwood, home of red carpet service, St. Mary's Medical Center, Case Power and Equipment, I-94 and Highway 20, Chick-fil-A, the best taste in the mall, St. Luke's Memorial Hospital, in an emergency, minutes make the difference, by Auto Excellence, excellence is our name and it shows, and by Racine Trophy and Uniform, our sportsmanship shows.
If you see only one movie this year, see this one.
The line's back there.
First 3 rows only.
The big movie. Nobody brings it home like HBO.
I didn't know you lived in the next apartment. Oh, listen, I'm sorry I didn't invite you to my last party.
I'm sorry I called the police.
Oh, I thought it was you.
I was watching a movie on HBO, but you made such a racket, I missed most of it.
Can we talk about something else?
Now I have one of these.
Really?
I can record a movie on HBO, call the police, and then watch it later.
Oh, good for you.
When social commitments keep you away from your television, set your VCR to HBO. If you can't get on our schedule, put us on yours.
The brightest stars, the blockbuster hits, exclusive music concerts, and comedy that's a scream. All part of the HBO and Cinemax Summer Celebration. Pick the pair of national pay cable services that brings you all these stars in May. More than 160 choices right in your own home.
Wait, gets better.
Call your local cable company today and say yes to the exclusive combination of HBO and Cinemax and join in the Summer Celebration.
Is on Showtime, all summer long.
Telecable Softball is on the air. Live from Humboldt Park Northwest, it's Racine City League Softball. Brought to you by the Bank of Elmwood, home of red carpet service, St. Mary's Medical Center, Case Power and Equipment, I-94 and Highway 20. Chick-fil-A, the best taste in the mall. St. Luke's Memorial Hospital, in an emergency, minutes make the difference. By Auto Excellence, excellence is our name and it shows. And by Racine Trophy and Uniform, our sportsmanship shows. Now let's go to Humboldt Park Northwest for Telecable Softball.
In the background, you'll be able to hear the sounds of the Humboldt Park Rock Concert as we're getting ready for the second game of this doubleheader tonight. The Amber Division, Lawn Specialists, and Christian Reformed Church. Christian Reformed 3-2, Lawn Specialists 4-1. Lawn Specialists will be batting first in the first. Diane Raymond, Jane Sparger, and Elma Hilgenberg. How do you do, everybody? Chuck Purse and Ron Shaw. Glad you can be with us. Here's Diane Raymond leading it off for lawn specialists.
Diane's a teacher.
She's going to beat that one out. Everybody tried to get it, Corcoran and Peck, but no one can pull it in, so the infield hit by Raymond.
She has pet turtles, and she is the wife of the coach.
Now Jane Sparger.
Single, financially secure, interested in a sincere man.
Second for one, relay, but not in time.
Did Valone leave yet?
Sparger on first, Raymond forced at second, now Alma Hilgenberg.
Works at Haircuts, has daughter who will be 4 years old this coming August.
Paula Gallus, Kathy Peck, first and second for First Reform. Kathy Van Koningsveld at third base. Here's the shortstop, Sue Peck, onto the deep short. Beth Blocks, throw to first, not in time. And around the outfield, Cindy Hoffman, Mary Lovedahl, Marshall Lovedahl, and Mary Wesselink. Now Georgia Ratliff.
A recent accounting graduate of Gateway Tech, mother of two.
Left center field, dropping in there for the base hit, gets away in left center. Hilgenberg around third. The throw comes to the plate. The run scores, and winding up on third base is Georgia Ratliff.
Just the throw a little bit to the third base side there, and trying to put the tag on her coming by, and she couldn't get her.
1-0 ball game in favor of lawn specialists, and it brings up Ann Wirtz.
She is single, a sports car owner, on pass from Shoreline Manor, and wants to say hi to all her friends there.
Grabbed at short by Sue Peck, and a nice catch. In the inning, a run scores on a base hit, make that 2 base hits for lawn specialists. Halfway through the first, they have the 1-0 lead, and First Reformed Church will be sending Cindy Hoffman, Beth Blocks, and Paula Gallus its first 3. There you get to see the remainder of the people who are left from R&B Oilers who played in the first game of the night's doubleheader. In fact, I think that's probably all of them. I don't think any of them have left.
Oh, a couple left. Yeah,
having a little party here behind us, having a great time.
And if you're hungry, try Chick-fil-A's Welcome to Summer Special, the original boneless breast of chicken Chick-fil-A sandwich, regular order of hot, crisp waffle fries and a 14-ounce fresh squeezed lemonade. All for $2.59. Experience the best taste in the mall. Sample the Welcome to Summer Special at Chick-fil-A for just $2.59. Anytime you're hungry, remember, Chick-fil-A in Regency Mall. You'll love it for good.
Defensively for lawn specialists, Julia Kaczynski is at first, Terry Udell at second, Alma Hilgenberg at third, Georgia Ratliff at short, and Jane Sparger at deep short. Amy Backus, Ann Wirtz, Diane Raymond, and Sharon O'Brien make up the outfield. The catcher, Sunday Larson, and the pitcher, Marge Larson. Here's Cindy Hoffman leading it up.
Cindy looking for an interested parties to help her start a gerbil farm. You can call 637-8680.
Knocked down at short. No play. We're going to credit her with a base hit on that.
Well, like I said, as the week goes on, you get a little more lenient. Monday night, that would have been error, according to Chuck.
Error all the way.
But tonight, it is a base hit.
Now Beth Blocks.
She wants the world to know that her red hair and freckles are 100% natural. Good look at her.
Fair ball down the line, past the left fielder. Hoffman on her way to third. She's rounding third. She's going to score. The ball game will tie when Hoffman scores. Here comes Blocks. Here comes the throw at the plate. It's going to be close. She's safe. A home run that hugged the line past third base. 2-1 lead by First Reformed Church as they had trailed by 1 going into the bottom of the first. Hoffman started off with a single and then the 2-run homer by Blocks.
And that time the throw was to the first base side.
Here's Paula Gallus.
Paula wants to say hi to Don, Nancy, Eric, and Andy.
Oh, a nice one-handed catch in right field by Sharon O'Brien. Boy, if O'Brien wouldn't have made that play, that would have gone past her, and I'm sure that would have been a home run. So Gallus lining out to O'Brien for the first out, and it brings up Sue Peck,
who is getting married this coming Saturday, but she seems to have misplaced her husband-to-be. I wonder if she swings that bat like that all the time or if she's just nervous.
Up the middle for the base hit, and it gets kicked in right center field. Peck on her way to second base, so is the throw. She slides. She's in there.
Do not slide.
Whoa,
can
boy.
you imagine somebody getting a broken leg and they're going to have their marriage on Saturday?
Yeah. Wow. With Peck on second, Sue, here's Peck at the bat. Kathy.
The only member of the ball team who still has her musketeer ears.
Play it short by Hilgenberg. The throw to first base is wide, goes against the screen. And Sue Peck rounding third. She's heading for the plate. She's going to score a 3-1 lead by First Reformed Church. Kathy Peck on first base. There's 1 out. 3 runs have scored. Brings up pitcher Denise Corcoran.
She likes anchovies on pizza. They say, do we need to say more?
Yeah. Grabbed in left center by Alma Wirtz. To make that and Wirtz, excuse me. On first base still, Kathy Peck. And it brings up Marshall Lovedoll.
She loves to travel, and she has rated the rest stops in 12 Midwestern states.
Ground ball back to the pitcher, Marge Larson. Recovers, fires over to first base, and gets Lovedoll for out number 3. In the inning, however, 3-run score on 3 base hits. The big blow, the 2-run homer by Beth Blocks. And at the end of one, First Reformed Church by 2, inning number 2 after this.
What word would you use to describe an auto repair shop?
Dark, dirty, messy, and unfriendly.
What about clean, efficient, and very courteous?
Not where I take my car.
Take it to Auto Excellence and find out how painless maintenance on your car can be. We take almost as much pride in our clean and friendly surroundings as we do our fast, efficient service and honest low prices. This month, an air conditioning recharge only $20.95. Computer spin balance, all 4 wheels, and tire rotation, $16.95. See Auto Excellence in the lower level of Elmwood Plaza.
We work for you, Bank of Elmwood, Bank of Elmwood, Bank of Elmwood. We're the home of red carpet service for you, for you. We work for you, Bank of Elmwood, red carpet service for you, Bank of Elmwood.
In the top of the first inning, Lawn Specialists had taken a 1-0 lead, and in the bottom of the first, First Reformed Church came back with 3 of its own. Now in the top of the second, Terry Udell, Julia Kaczynski, and Amy Vakis, the first 3.
You know, I hope Joanne isn't watching tonight. Use Joanne out there.
Oh, yeah.
Because Terry is single, and she works at AOA, and she wants to say hi to Hugh.
Oh, my glory.
Oh, there could be another Hugh, though.
That's possible. Yeah, there has to be.
Hugh O'Brien.
Yeah. You're going to hear a little heavy metal thunder in the background, folks. 1 down as Terry Udell grounded back to Corcoran. Now here's Kaczynski popping it up in the infield. Who's going to make the play? There's a little confusion, but Beth Blocks, the deep short, pulls it in.
Julia is a property manager at DeKoven Foundation. She's single, and her brother Matthew coaches third base.
Now Amy Vakis, the left fielder.
How does that song go? About the earth moving under your feet?
Yeah. Ground ball to the pitcher, Corcoran. Easy throw on to first, pulls Gallus off the bag, but she tags Vakis for the 3rd out. In the inning, no runs on no hits for Lawn Specialists. Halfway through, number 2, 3 runs on 3 hits for First Reformed Church. 1 run on a pair of hits for Lawn Specialists. Kathy Van Koningsveld, Beth Franklin, and Mary Wesselink, the first 3. Let's listen to the music in the background.
If you think the Disney Channel is just for kids, you should give it a try. Yeah, I've never done this with music in the background. This is great. It's better than your singing. If you think the Disney Channel is just for kids, you should give it a try. Great movies for the entire family. First-run Disney-produced entertainment and television packed with all the magic and color of Disney. Call Racine Telecable tomorrow and tell them you want the Disney Channel. You know, I was going to ask you before, too, when somebody had said about the Musketeers. They
Yeah.
still had their Musketeers. Did you ever have those?
No, I never did have Musketeer ears, unfortunately. I just wasn't born with them, although you and I are wearing them right now. I hear these things we have on our head. Yeah, behind us, R&B Oilers taking off, and here's Kathy Van Koningsveld leading it off in the bottom of the second for First Reformed Church.
She likes to play chicken with her chute while skydiving.
Hilgenberg can't make the play. You know, that ball was popped in front of her, and then it just died with all that backspin on it. She just couldn't make the play at third base. We'll give Van Koningsveld an infield hit. Now Beth Franklin.
You know, I see Mr. Campbell here on our first base camera is getting some help from a guy down in front of him tonight. You better make sure you got the right shots there, otherwise you're going to hear about it.
Yeah, there's a gentleman who's taking some home video of this one. Thrown out at second base is Van Koningsveld for the first out, and Franklin winds up on first with the fielder's choice. Remember, she does not get credit for a hit on that.
You know, all he had to do was call Debbie.
Yeah, that's right. Now Mary Wesselink, swing and a miss for the strike.
Mary turned down an offer to be Cubs manager to play with a team that shows promise.
And she looks at the second strike for the strikeout. Out number 2, bringing up Mary Lovedahl.
Wants to compete against the Russians playing Trivial Pursuit.
Strike on the inside corner. Foul ball at home plate umpire Tim Otter's caught for the second strike and the strikeout, out number 3. In the inning, no runs on 1 base hit for First Reformed Church. They now have 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 run on a pair of hits for lawn specialists.
You know, we'll do this for this gentleman taking pictures here tonight. Did you make the play of the game and you want to save it? If you can't record the game yourself, well, of course he is recording it himself, but if you can't, you can get a copy from Telecable. Call the Telecable studio lines during normal business hours and tell Debbie which game you're interested in, but you have to do it within a week of the date of the game. Cost of the service is just $15. Payable when you pick up the tape. Call tomorrow, ask for Debbie, and get your copy of Great Moments at Humboldt Park. Call Telecable at 632-3131. That's 632-3131.
Boy, it sounds almost quiet around here now with all that motorcycle activity gone, and one starts up right away. How do you do, everybody? Chuck Burst and Ron Shaw. Hope you're enjoying the doubleheader tonight. And we're back to the ball game here as we're in the top of the third and the bottom of the batting order for lawn specialist Sharon O'Brien. Sunday Larson. Here's O'Brien popping it out to Kathy Peck, the second baseman, to lead it off.
Sharon's a rural girl hoping to adapt to the big city life. Works at Racine School.
Now Sunday Larson will be followed by Marge Larson.
Sunday is single. Daughter of the sponsor, works at Lang Pharmacy, Parkside student, aspiring pharmacist.
Nice play by the left-handed shortstop Sue Peck for out number 2. It's one thing you don't see too often, Ron. I'm not as a left-handed infielder on the left side of the infield. Grab by Gallus at first base for the third out. Boy, was that quick.
Marge is the wife of the sponsor, and of course she's the mother of Sunday.
No runs on no hits in the third. And in the bottom of the third, going into that frame, a 3-1 lead by First Reform. And it'll be the top of the batting order. Cindy Hoffman, Beth Blocks, and Paula Gallus. You know, Ron, I noticed something in the paper. I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday that it was in the paper. Remember last week and maybe a week before that or 2 weeks before that, we had a young lady playing on softball who, her name was Treva Swanson, into bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding.
Right.
And if you noticed in the paper over the weekend, why, she won one contest that she either won it or took second place in the contest that she was in.
Well, you won't want to leave town July 1st through the 6th. Racine's Fourth Fest celebrates 50 years on parade with a full week of family excitement on Racine's changing lakefront, music, refreshments, and the always popular amusement rides and games. Watch for their Fourth Fest special, and a reminder too, the parade, 4th of July parade, 9 o'clock.
Deep short, Sparger throw on to first, not in time.
Play the parade, 9 o'clock, live right here on Channel 4B.
Well, Cindy Hoffman beating it out for the infield hit, and this brings up Beth Blocks. Blocks hit the 2-run homer her last time up, one that just hugged the line going down third base. Now this one over into the stands, and a fan with a glove pulls it in. Hey, do you get to keep it? I guess not. She threw it back.
First base coach is Lori Zerden on a 9-month leave from ball, and third base coach Dennis Franklin wants his wife to get a 9-month leave.
Live ball popping up in the infield. The shortstop, Radliff, going over and making the catch for the first out. Cindy Hoffman stays on first base. Radliff goes back to her position. Blocks goes back to the bench, and it brings up Paula Gallus.
A couple other players on this team. Hope Zerton believes one woman's junk is another's treasure.
Oh, that's over the head of the right center fielder, Raymond. This could score a couple. Gallus on her way to second. The lead runner, Hoffman, rounding third. She's on her way to the plate. Relay throws just coming in now, but it's going to make no difference as Gallus hits the second 2-run homer in the ball game for First Reformed Church, and they take a 5-1 lead.
As I was saying with Hope, she likes to go to rummage sales. Very big on rummage sales. And Debbie Griffiths, she and her husband hope to open a stir-fried restaurant at the new marina.
Bouncing off of second base. That time the shot by Sue Peck. Peck on first with 1 out. 2 runs have scored. We're in the bottom of the third, a 5-1 lead by First Reformed Church. Over the head of the third baseman, Hilgenberg.
You know, that looked like it was going to go shorter than it did. And
yeah.
Really, the third baseman even started coming in on it. Goes over her head.
Now Denise Corcoran, the pitcher. Nice catch in left field by Amy Vekas. Throw comes back into the infield, gets away at second base, and Peck, who was on second, advances to third. So runners on the corners. Kathy Peck on first, Sue Peck on third. 2 runs are in. There are 2 outs, 2 in, 2 on, 2 out for Marshall Lovedahl. Popping it up behind first base. Kaczynski grabbing it for out number 3. In the inning, 2 runs on 4 base hits. The big blow, the 2-run homer by Paula Gallus. 5 runs on 8 hits for First Reformed Church. 1 run on a pair of hits for Lawn Specialists. We're at the end of 3, and we'll be right back with inning number 4 after these words.
Now, there's a better way to advertise.
By the use of cable TV advertising instead of, a major market TV, we can, narrow in on the people who are going to buy our product, and it's very cost effective. We take a study once every 3 months and ask 100 customers why they would come in, and, be it word of mouth or whatever, and cable advertising was always in the top 2.
Target your best customers. Call Telecable Targeting.
For Lawn Specialists in the top of the 4th, it'll be the top of the batting order. Diane Raymond, Jane Sparger, and Alma Hilgenberg. And here to tell you about it, my partner, Ron Shaw.
And that is going to be a base hit. Beth Block just holds on to that ball. Hit number 3 in the ball game for Lawn Specialist. Jane Springer reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. Ball 1. Strike. 1-1. We're in the amber. And that looks like it's going to drop in there. Let's see if, no, they're not going to get a play at second base. At first, I thought they might get a shot at going to second base and getting the force out on Raymond, but she was hustling down to second base as she looked like she figured it was going to drop in there. So the first two runners on here.
And you know, Sparger on first run might hold the record for the longest ponytail we've had on this year.
Yeah, could be. I would say that would take a couple minutes to braid up.
I would have to say.
That is a strike. I've seen them longer, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's, oh yeah. I'm looking at those that we've had on TV this year, and that's the longest one that I can recall.
The base is loaded here for Lawn Specialist.
Okay,
Georgina Radliff now. Takes a strike. Lawn Specialist trailing in this ball game by 4. Tying run at the plate here. In front of the plate. This is going to be a tough play for everybody. Everybody's going to be safe. Just far enough in front of the plate so the runner from third, Raymond, hustled across the plate with the second run. The bases remain loaded here.
Yeah, it had the effect of a squeeze bunt.
Yeah.
You know?
Annie Wirtz lined out her first time up, and there is a bullet. That is going to drop in there. No play for anybody, and it is a 5-3 ball game, and still nobody out here for the Lawn Specialist. And here we go again.
Yes, Ron Raleigh Shaw is bringing him back.
Terry Udell. Pops it up, infield fly rule. The batter will automatically be out for the first out of the inning. Julia Kozinski.
Oh yeah, Amy, come on, Julia. Take to the track.
She flew out her first time up. Pops it up, infield fly rule one more time.
The runner's going to score.
From third base is going to come in to score. And they call timeout, the third run in the inning here. There are 2 outs now with runners at first and second. Our score is 5-4. And Amy Dalcos. Fly ball. Got a chance to drop in there. It does for a base hit. The run is coming around to score, and we are tied at 5.
And how many times have we said it, and how many times this has happened when Ron Shaw gets on the play-by-play microphone, a rally ensues. Isn't that amazing, folks?
Sharon O'Brien.
Okay, Sharon, get this one in.
4 runs across here. And they've gotten 5 hits. Inside for a ball 1. There's a ground ball, and that's going to be a problem because everybody is going to be safe. The throw is going to go to second. The run's coming around to score. The throw to the plate. She is safe. She goes back and touches that bag, and the runners move up to second and third, and Lawn Specialists take the lead here, 6-5.
At one point they had the lead at 1-0 in the top of the first, and now they regain the lead by 1 at 6-5.
Still 2 out, and Sunday Larson. Ball 1. I know this is going to be a foolish question, 1-1, as she takes a strike. Did you ask when you were getting the lineup why Sunday?
No, what I did ask is that her real name? And they said, yes, it is.
Oh. She is out of there on strikes. 5 runs coming across the plate. On 6 hits. Now 6 runs on 8 hits for Lawn Specialists. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here. Van Konensfeld, Franklin, and Waselink will be the first 3 batters coming up.
Because as we know, we've had a Blade Savaglia for a couple of ball games on, and we found out last night exactly what the meaning was behind Blade's name. So, no, I just asked if indeed that was the correct first name, and indeed it is. Well, here we're going to get some changes coming over from
Well,
the
you do- when you
First
do the-
Reform team because their manager's coming up behind us. Let us get those. Chuck Person, Ron Shaw with you. We'll be back to the ball game in just a second.
Would you like to know when your favorite teams are playing here on Telecable Softball? Pick up your copy of our telecast schedule at any of the participating sponsors, including Chick-fil-A, Auto Excellence, the Bank of Elmwood, St. Mary's Medical Center, Racine Trophy and Uniform, Case Power and Equipment, St. Luke's Memorial Hospital, TAFCO, and the farm. Just stop in and ask for your copy of the 1986 schedule of Telecable Softball. It's yours free.
Van Koningsville grounded out to short. Now Beth Franklin. Oh, that's the only change?
And then Beth reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. Here's a ground ball to short, and she can't handle it. Franklin is on the air.
The other one's going in for blocks.
And Hope Zerton now stepping up. This will be the first time in the ball game for Hope batting with one out and one on. Swing and a miss. Took a good cut at it. Did not connect. 0-1. There's a ground ball to short. Nice big hop. Flip to second for one. No chance for the double play over at first base. 2 down now.
The other change in the
Mary
ball game,
Lovegood
Ron,
coming up.
Debbie Griffin's going in for, or Griffiths, excuse me, going in for Beth Blocks. And I tell you what, we really appreciate that when the managers come over and give us that information. Oh,
Just off the top of the glove, and everybody is going to be safe. We're going to give her a base hit on that one. As the deep short that time.
boy, Spargers would have made that play. It would have been a spectacular play.
She went high in the air, just couldn't bring it down. Back to the top of the order, Cindy Hoffman. 2 singles and 2 runs scored. She pops it up to the shortstop. Ratliff makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning here. No runs, a hit, couple left. And through 4, 6-5 is our score. Coming up here now for lawn specialists. Marge Larson, then we go back to the top of the order with Raymond and Spranger. The American Red Cross and Briggs & Stratton Corporation will offer a free class on lawnmower safety. Classes are open to anyone 12 years of age and older on Saturday, June 28th at the American Red Cross, 4521 Taylor Avenue. Reminder too, it's Toy Box Week on the Kitty Corner Playground, June 23rd through the 26th. The theme for the week is famous cartoon characters, and Officer Friendly is going to make visits throughout the different playgrounds. And a fly ball, nice catch for the 1st out of the inning. Kathy Peck going high in the air for the 1st out.
Do you have any, you know, when you think about cartoon characters, any cartoons that you like to follow? I follow Peanuts as much as I can.
Now?
Yeah, no, yeah. I follow Peanuts. I like Peanuts. I always have.
Gee, I don't know. I read a few of them. I mean, there's not, if I wouldn't in the paper, if I would miss it on a day, I mean, I wouldn't be upset about it or whatever. It's not the first thing that I look at in the paper.
No, same here. But for many years, I've followed Peanuts, and I think that's one of the, well, it's the only cartoon I read, to tell you the truth. But I like it.
Pop up to the shortstop, making the catch for the 2nd out. And of course, cartoons have changed so much over the years. Ryan will be watching some on a Saturday morning, and I tell you, they have changed so much with the Transformers and all the different types that there are now. Gotten away from the Flintstones and things like that. There's a ground ball to short. Nice throw over to first base, a little bit up the line. And she is going to hold up at 2nd base. Alma Hilgenberg now stepping up. Walked her last time up and came around to score. Here's a fly ball. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Runners move to 1st and 3rd, and she is going to come and try to score here. And no chance at getting her. Hilgenberg hustles down to 2nd. So it's now a 7-5 ball game. And
Okay, Georgia. Oh.
Hildenberg standing at second base. Georgina Ratliff up there. Inside part of the plate, ball one. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman. The throw to first. Safe, beats it out. Runner holds up over at third base. Beating it out, legging it out that time for Annie Wirtz now stepping up. Now once again a rally with 2 outs here. There's a line drive out of the reach of the shortstop. Good job by the left fielder knocking that ball down, keeping it in front of her. The throw's going to third. She is in there, and the runner Wirtz takes second.
Oh, another rally in progress, partner. Turning out to be a darn good ball game here. Lots of action in this one.
Runners at first and second now, 2 runs in. It's 8-5 now. Terry Udell. Ground ball to the pitcher. Flip to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But a couple more runs come across the plate on 2 hits. 8 runs, 10 hits now for lawn specialists. 5 runs, 9 hits for First Reformed Church. Griffiths, Gallus, and Peck will be the first 3 people.
You know, Ron, I just happened to think of something. I don't know how much the percentage would be of teams that are sponsored by taverns. Let's say 50%, let's say 75%. But any night that we have a tavern sponsor on, the guys in the truck tell us exactly where it is, probably phone number and when it was founded.
That's right.
Here
Now
we've got a church on tonight.
Nobody, no, they haven't even.
Yeah.
Almost left field. Okay. So you're out there, and then Tommy's on third, and Amy's on
Debbie Griffiths, first time up in the ball game for Debbie, and past the second baseman, and that'll be in there for a base hit. Debbie standing on first base, and Paula Gallus, home runner first time up. First Reform working on a rally of their own right now.
And lawn specialist with a defensive change. Amy Vekas comes out of the game in left field. The third baseman, Elma Hilgenberger, who had been third base, goes out into left field, and Tommy Auckland comes into the ball game to play third base.
Off the glove of the shortstop, and everybody's going to be safe. 2 on here, and we'll have the tying run come to the plate, and Sue Peck, she is 2 for 2. Scored her first time up, a couple of singles. There's a ground ball. The deep short picks it up, is going to go to second and steps on the bag. Runners at first and third now with 1 out. Peck on the fielder's choice, and Kathy Peck now. She is 2 for 2, a couple of singles.
Spargers at deep short's been playing a good game, both offensively and defensively tonight.
And that is a foul ball.
Just.
Twisting ball going down the line there that time. Strike 1 as everybody gets back into their position. There's a line drive, base hit. 1 run is going to score. Runners are going to hold at first and second. The tying run's on here.
Good ball game.
And here we go again.
Yes, sir.
Tying runs at first and second base here. Swinging on a drive, and that's going to drop in there for a base trouble. And this could give First Reform the lead one more time. Circling the bases, and she'll come all the way around to score a 3-run homer. And First Reformed Church taking the lead with 4 runs here, and still just 1 out. It is now 9-8.
We're talking about a good ball game. Interesting, exciting game.
See, I can work the rallies either way, Chuck.
Whichever way,
They come
whatever it
both
takes.
ways.
Whatever it takes to keep your reputation up, right?
Yep. Pops it up. Whoa, watch out. Conference between the first baseman and the pitcher. Of course, I think they wanted that conference after the play instead of during it.
Kaczynski and Larson having a little bit of trouble communicating on that play. Kaczynski finally made the play.
And Kathy Conensfeld now. 1 for 2, a single her first time up. Short of the plate for a ball, ball 1. Shortstop, nice big hop, flip over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. 4 runs come across the plate though on 3 hits. And First Reform regains the lead here, 9-8. We'll have more softball right after this.
That could be in there for extra bases. He's trying for 2. Here's the throw. He's out. And so is second baseman Dusty Brinks with a nasty spike.
If your favorite summer sport has left you sporting an injury, make an appointment at St. Mary's Sports Injury Clinic. Every Tuesday, a physical therapist and orthopedic surgeon is available to examine your injury. For an appointment, phone 636-4840 or call St. Mary's and ask about our sports injury clinic. Exercise some good judgment. Call St. Mary's today.
Less than a week ago, this patio was used very little. But that's all changing now because we've just completed installation of a Tavco patio room. A Tavco patio is just like adding another room to your home. We use it all summer, plus well into the fall and early into spring. Call Tavco today and let them show you how to lengthen your outdoor seasons with a Tavco patio room. Tavco Incorporated.
Ready to go here in the 6th inning of play. First Reform, 9 runs, 12 hits, 8 runs, 10 hits for Lawn Specialists. They're going to try to get back into the ball game right now. And getting back in here, Chuck Burse.
Julia Kaczynski popping it up behind second base. Everyone looks at it. Nobody makes the play. So Kaczynski leads off the 6th inning. She represents the tying run for Lawn Specialists. She's on first. This will bring up Tommy Auckland batting for the first time. Tommy Auckland playing third base, had been scheduled to start the ball game at third, but must have been a little bit late getting here, and they made some changes right at the start, and now they made those changes the other way. Auckland fly ball into right center field. The right center fielder Lovedahl going to her right and pulling it in for the first out. 1 down now as Auckland flies out, and it brings up Sharon O'Brien. Julia Kaczynski is still on first. She led off the inning with a single, and she's the tying run over there.
First 2 balls, they hit almost in identical place out there.
Yes. And this one also in the right center field. This one getting past the right center fielder and the right fielder. Kaczynski's on her way to third. She will score. This ball game will be tied. Will O'Brien score? She's rounding third and heading for the plate. The throw is to the plate. It's dropped, and O'Brien scores. So now Lawn Specialists has regained the lead at 10-9.
You know, and O'Brien coming around saw that ball there, and she just more or less stopped. Now, there would have been no way in the world she could have got back to third base. But it dropped away, and she hustled across and scored.
So 2-run score. This brings up Sunday Larson. Swinging at a high pitch, popping it up in foul territory behind third that Kathy Van Koningsveld pulls in for the second out. 2 down now for Marge Larson. 2 runs have scored in the top of the 6th for Lawn Specialists, and they have the lead at 10-9. That pitch short for the ball. Off the glove of the pitcher to the shortstop Peck, throw over to first base, score that one 1-6-3.
Boy, that helped too, hitting off the glove of the pitcher that time, because the shortstop just coming over picked it up, made a throw over to first base, and got her by quite a few steps.
2 runs on a pair of hits in the top of the 6th for Lawn Specialists. They now have 10 runs on a dozen hits, 9 runs on a dozen hits by First Reformed Church, who will be sending Beth Franklin, Hope Zerton, and Mary Lovedahl, the bottom of the batting order in the bottom of the 6th.
The American Red Cross is offering basic sailing courses at the Racine Yacht Club. The course provides instruction in small boat handling, rigging, weather docking, navigating, as well as proper use of safety equipment. Basic sailing is open to beginning And non-sailors,
sailing.
Students will be
over
required
the
to pass
bounding
a
bay.
basic swim test the first day of the class. Cost of the course is $75. To register, contact the Red Cross.
Boy, I think that might be the last time I'm going to sing this season. Did you see this? We've got these dots in the top of our screen that tells how many sets have been turned off at home, and a whole line lit up there. So that's enough of that, Chuck. Here's Beth Franklin leading it off.
Do you promise?
No.
Figured.
Swing and a miss for the strike. I figure if Bob Lee can hang his head out of the press box window and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," I can sing "Anchors Away."
Yeah, but he sings in tune.
This is true. Nice play by Kaczynski at first, stretching and pulling in that throw from the left side of the infield for the first out.
And a nice play by the shortstop that time, too. That had to go deep in the hole. And again, not being able to get a lot on that throw over to first base.
Radliff at deep short, pulling it in and throwing it over to first. And what a job by Kaczynski. Here's Hope Zerton. Was on with the fielder's choice when she batted before. Ground ball to second. Flip over to first for the second out. Terry Udell making the pickup, staying with that one and throwing over to Kaczynski for the second out. And it brings up Mary Lovedahl. Sparger's at deep short to her right and making the catch for the third out. In the inning, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Halfway at the end of the 6th inning, 10 runs on 12 hits by lawn specialists, 9 runs on 12 hits by First Reformed Church in a game that's been seesawing. Well, we've had an interesting doubleheader tonight. We've had men's in the Southern Division in the first game and Amber in the women's in the second game. Tomorrow night, we have Minor A as our doubleheader. Snickers versus Hendricks Auto Body in the first game at 5:55, and then Russ's Tap versus Rivers Home Improvement in game number 2. Those games live at 5:55 and 6:50 and replayed at 8 and 9.
You know, and Bob Valone just told us that First Reformed Church is located out on Spring Street. And Bob, we know how you found that out. You called the studio and you had them look it up in the phone book. Now we know you.
Here's Diane Raymond. Her team ahead by 1, and she winds up safely on first base as the ball got through short.
I think she would have beat that one out anyway.
Now Spargers. Spargers is popping one into left field that Hoffman comes in and grabs for out number 1. Sparger had scored a couple of runs in this ball game, now kept off the base pass. But Alma Hilgenberg, who's up now, has scored 3 runs in this game. Shortstop, no play. Everybody's safe. Raymond's on second. Hilgenberg on first, and here's Georgia Ratliff. Inside for the ball.
I think he said outside on that one.
Outside. 2-0. And she draws the base on balls on 3 pitches, and the bases are loaded for lawn specialists. They lead by a run at 10-9. On second base is Hilgenberg, Raymond, and Ratliff on third and first. There's 1 out, and here's Ann Wirtz. Grabbed in left field by Cindy Hoffman, and she does the wise thing, just running it back in.
Yeah, she had a play at second base, but she did not want to throw that ball away and let that runner at third come across to score.
Terry Udell. Popping it up behind short. Who's going to make the play? The shortstop, Sue Peck, going back and pulling it in for the third out of the inning. Lawn specialists had the bases loaded with just 1 out and couldn't bring anybody around. Big defensive inning for First Reformed Church as they still trail by 1 at 10-9. 10 runs on 12 hits, 9 runs on 12 hits. And in the bottom of the 7th for First Reformed Church, it'll be the top of the batting order. Hoffman, Griffins, and Gallus, who between them have accounted for 5 of the 9 runs.
Oh, you've seen a lot of motorcycles out here tonight, and if you're interested in seeing more, you can go out to Regency Mall this coming weekend. On Saturday, see all types of colors of roses at the annual Rose Show. And on Saturday and Sunday, local cycle shops will display dozens of styles and brands of motorcycles. Both are during regular mall hours, and as always, is open free to the public.
Well, First Reformed Church needs a run to tie it and 2 to win it. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Anything less than that and the ball game is over. Leading it off, Hoffman with a base hit into left field.
You know, and the third base coach was over by the stands over there and trying to get them to start cheering here, try to get their team going here, and it worked.
Now Debbie Griffiths. Debbie Griffiths.
Tying run on.
Dropped at second, but they're going to flip. They just tagged the runner that time. Tagged in the base paths was Hoffman for the first out, and Griffiths winds up on first with the fielder's choice. Still a tying run on first, and now Paula Gallus. What's Gallus done tonight? She's lined out to right field and hit a 2-run homer, as well as singling in the 5th. So she knows how to hit that one. But she's got the strike on her now. And the pitch by Larson. Ground ball up the middle. Sparger knocking it down, flipping to second. They get the lead runner. Griffiths that time for the second out, and Gallus on with the fielder's choice. She's the tying run, but now there are 2 down.
Good sound play that time. Again, we saw that so many times in one of the women's game the other night with that force out at second base. That time just being sure, getting that runner at second base.
And now Sue Peck. And the pitch. Line drive grabbed by Terry Udell at second base for the 3rd out. And what a ball game it was, and it's too bad it had to come to an end because either one of these teams could have won it. It was that way, back and forth. In the inning, no runs on a hit for First Reformed Church. The final score in the ball game, 10 runs on 13 hits for Lawn Specialists, who now 5-1. And First Reformed Church, 9 runs on 13 hits, who fall to 3-3.
Well, I tell you, Sue Peck couldn't have hit that ball any harder, but right at the second baseman. Big 5-run inning, and both teams a little seesaw here tonight.
Yes.
Made for a lot of excitement.
Very good ball game and an interesting doubleheader. Well, that takes care of our action for a Wednesday night. Thursday night, we'll be back out here in Minor A play. In the first game at 5:55 live, Snickers versus Hendricks Auto Body. That game replayed at 8 o'clock. And then the second game at 6:50 live, Russ's Tap versus Rivers Home Improvement. That game replayed at 9 o'clock. So for the rest of our crew and for my partner, Ron Shaw, I'm Chuck Purse. Thank you for being with us.